Hey, so real quick, before Alex's team takes this video down, I broke into Alex Hormozi's warehouse and I stole a pre-release copy of his brand new book, $100 Million Models. And in this video, I'm gonna show you what the 4 money models are and how you can use them to make a metric shit ton of money as a copywriter. And if you're watching this and you're not a copywriter, then just use your brain. I'm sure you can figure out how to apply this to your business. But first, I want to let you in on a little secret. See, Alex's former CMO, the CMO of acquisition.com, was actually in my CMB program a few years ago, and he used some of the networking stuff that we taught to land Alex Hormozi as a copywriting client and then work his way all the way up to CMO. So that means I have access to some saucy intel that the general public simply doesn't have. And you are going to be glad you found this video before it gets taken down. So make sure you watch it until the end, because I am going to be spilling the tea. And our first lesson from Alex is a reminder of perhaps the most powerful marketing tactic of all time, and that is demonstration. See, what makes Alex's book launches so legendary isn't just the content of the book itself, but the way he demonstrates the concepts in the book to launch the book. He proves the effectiveness of the concepts in the book by using the concepts to sell the book. It's brilliant. When his first book, $100 Million Offers, came out, Alex didn't just write about creating no-brainer offers. The book itself was a no-brainer offer. 162 pages, 2-hour read for 99 cents. It was an obvious no-brainer. That is a live demonstration of the value equation that he teaches in the book. Then came $100 million leads. And before this book even shipped, this evil genius was already proving the strategies worked. He got over 130,000 leads from paid ads, another 104,000 leads from his affiliate program. I was 4,000 of those with your guys' help. You're welcome, Alex. The entire launch was basically Alex saying, hey, watch me do exactly what I'm teaching you to do. Now, those 2 books are incredible, but this 3rd book is a banger, and I can confidently say it is his best work yet. And I know Alex will agree with me on that. $100 Million Money Models is about the one thing that most freelancers completely ignore, which keeps them stuck under 10K a month for years. See, you can craft emails that would resurrect Gary Halbert from the dead, but if you don't understand how your client's business actually makes money, if you don't help them get more customers to spend more often, for longer, you will stay trapped taking on one-time projects for a few thousand here and there, while some other broccoli head looking fuck on TikTok who can barely spell conversion is making 20K a month. Why? Because they understand money models. And honestly, most copywriters have no fucking clue what that even means. So buckle up, you're gonna learn a whole lot in this video. See, most copywriters think that their job is to write words to convince someone to take an action, which is technically true, but the copywriters making real money know that their one and only job is to make businesses more money. The copy is just the vehicle. That's the difference between being just a copywriter and being a growth partner. And that is exactly what this book is about. But before I get to the 4 money models and show you how to apply them, I need your help. See, when Alex's last book, $100 Million Leads, came out, we dominated the affiliate leaderboard and crushed 24,000 other affiliates. With our small but mighty audience, we crushed people with millions of followers, spending thousands of dollars on ads, and even a billionaire in the affiliate contest to take out the number 4 spot. This year, we're gonna do it again. And I want you to win with me, because when you register for the free live launch using my link in the description, you'll not only get early access to the book and 4 insane bonuses, but everyone who shows up live gets access to something Alex has been quietly building for 4 years. And when we make top 10 again, I'll get to fly to Vegas to interview Alex again for the 2nd time on this channel and ask him whatever questions you have. Plus, I'm going to film and release a private extended version of this YouTube video called $100 Million Models for Copywriters, going more in depth on each of these 4 models with specific examples and templates, showing you how you can use them to get disgustingly rich as a freelancer. But I will only be giving it away to people who register using my link. So when you're done watching this, click that link in the description and register for the book launch. It's completely free, it takes 5 seconds, and you'll get 5 insane bonuses. That is 1 bonus per second of your time. Pretty good ROI. And if you're a savvy marketer, you'll see on the page that once again, this very book launch for 100 mil models is once again a demonstration of the book in action. The launch funnel is itself a money model. And when you click below, you'll see that the free registration page gets you into the funnel. From there, you're offered a chance to upgrade to VIP and pre-order the book for $29.99, and then an upsell to buy an additional 15 books for $450, which is kind of a weird upsell, but Alex is obviously smart, so I'm just gonna go with it. What this does though is turn the free registration funnel into an SLO, self-liquidating offer, which is the holy grail of marketing funnels that everyone strives for, but so few people actually achieve. Check this out. So let's say Alex spends $5 to get someone to register for the free book launch. Pretty typical lead cost. If 1 out of 10 of those people pre-orders the book for $30, then that's an average order value of $3 that he's added. So now he's recouped $3 out of his 5, which brings his lead cost down to $2. But check this out. If only 1 out of 10 people who buy the book take him up on the ultra expensive order bump for $450, that gives us a 1% conversion rate of 450, which is $4.50. Gives us $7.50. And bingo, we are spending $5 to get a lead who on average pays us $7.50. That is a 1.5x ROAS on day 0 on a book that isn't even out yet. This is money models in action. Alex can scale the crap out of that funnel, and I'm willing to bet we are all about to see a whole lot of Alex on our feeds promoting this book real soon. You heard it here first. And he simply wouldn't be able to do that if this funnel wasn't so profitable from being able to liquidate the cost of the ad spend immediately when the lead registers. See, strategic upsells make the whole thing profitable before the book even ships. 100 mil models isn't a theory. It's a real-time case study playing out right now in front of our eyes. Well played, Alex. But here's what most copywriters completely miss. Copywriters of all freelancers are in the perfect position to leverage these money models. Think about it. We work with businesses across every industry. We see their offers, their funnels, their customer journey. We have a front row seat to how money moves through these different businesses. Most of you are still just writing copy without understanding the bigger picture. Like mechanics who can fix an engine but don't understand how the whole car works. And that is exactly what keeps you stuck at the project level instead of the partnership level. So right now, I'm gonna break down those 4 money models. I'm gonna show you how they apply directly to copywriters like us. I'm gonna explain how understanding them is the fastest way to turn your skill with words into a real scalable income. Once you can stroll into a client call and say, here's how we can restructure your ascension model to increase customer lifetime value by 40%, you're not just a copywriter anymore. You are a business growth partner. You see these case studies I'm posting of guys like Arjun, who's making $100K a month income as a copywriter. This is how he's doing it. His model of copywriting is fundamentally different, and that is how he's able to unlock virtually unlimited growth and earn over $1 million a year from one client. That is why I'm hiring him to do the same thing for my business. Big things coming soon. So without further ado, let's reveal the 4 money models. Simply put, they are attraction offers, upsells, downsells, and continuity offers. The goal is simple: get cash, then get more cash, and then get the most cash. First, you get customers reliably. Then you make sure they pay for themselves reliably. Then you make sure they pay for another customer reliably. And then you start maximizing each customer's long-term value. And then finally, you spend as much as you can on ads to print as much money as humanly possible. That is the money models framework. Let's break it down one step at a time. Starting with the first one, attraction offers. If you followed Alex for any amount of time, then you know his business didn't become successful by accident. They scaled because he knew how to build systems that get customers in the door quickly and profitably. Attraction offers are one of those 4 systems. The concept is simple, but most copywriters get it back asswards. An attraction offer is a targeted entry-level offer that solves a painful, urgent problem for your ideal client. It's not your most expensive service. It's not your full package. It's just the first step that gets people's attention, gets them to spend a little bit of money, and opens the door for bigger work later. That is exactly how Alex built multiple 8 and 9-figure businesses, and it's the same concept that applies to copywriting services. And you can apply the same exact model as a copywriter. My students are closing 2 to 5K deals every day while everyone else is running around panicking about AI taking over. The reason is simple. They're in CMB, obviously, where all the best copywriters are. You should join too if you're serious about making money as a copywriter, duh. But apart from that, the reason is because they're not selling copywriting. They're selling simple front-end solutions to expensive problems. Let me explain what a real attraction offer looks like for copywriters. Every business out there relies on email. I'm sure we can agree. It is still one of the highest converting marketing channels out there by far. It is literally the profit center responsible for 30 to 40% of a business's total profit if done right. But here's the part that no one likes to talk about. Most of those businesses have their emails going straight to the promotions or even spam folder. And let me tell you, it doesn't matter how clever the copy is or subject line is or how much they paid some fancy agency to design the perfect newsletter. If those emails never hit the inbox, the entire system breaks. Their list becomes as useful as a chocolate teapot, and their sales campaigns flop harder than a Marvel movie without Robert Downey Jr. Come on, Disney, bring him back. I know you can afford it. And the worst part is that most business owners have no idea it's happening. They assume people just aren't opening their emails. Meanwhile, their list is stuck in promo or spam, and they're quietly hemorrhaging thousands of dollars every single month. I had a client who was spending $10K a month on Facebook ads, driving traffic to emails that were going straight to spam. In that situation, you're like, your email list is about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. And yet, most copywriters completely ignore this massive opportunity. opportunity. They're obsessing over what's inside the email, crafting the perfect subject line, A/B testing, CTAs, and arguing about whether to use a full stop or an exclamation mark. But they never stop to ask the most important question. Is anyone actually seeing this shit? And while everyone else is worried about ChatGPT writing their emails, smart copywriters are positioning themselves as the people who actually get those emails delivered into the inbox. AI can write copy all day long, but it can't fix your domain reputation or get you off a blacklist. And that is exactly why offering a get out of spam or get out of promo service is one of the most powerful attraction offers a copywriter can have. This is a real high stakes issue for business owners. Their emails landing in spam is a direct threat to their survival. And because spam filters and deliverability rules are constantly changing, thanks Google, this is an evergreen problem that never goes away. That means there will always be clients ready to pay good money to have it fixed. The beautiful part is that hardly any copywriters specialize in this. So few people on the planet understand email deliverability. It is a crazy advantage to know this stuff. By the way, I got free videos on my channel that teach you exactly how to get out of spam and out of promotions, by the way, you're welcome. So when you can step in and solve this problem, you're not just another writer competing on Upwork for $500 projects like some sort of digital laborer. You become the person who saved their list. You made their entire email marketing system work again. And if they're running ads, that can be the single difference between those ads being profitable and not profitable. That's a big fucking deal, and you can charge accordingly. This is exactly what some of the smartest copywriters are already doing. Take someone like Troy Erickson, for example. He charges like $8,000 to get people out of the promo tab, and clients pay that all day long because it could literally double their opens, clicks, and sales, which is a massive ROI. Another example, so back in Black Friday 2023, I saw that a ton of people were going to promo and spam, who otherwise would normally land in primary. I'm talking really big names, even Grant Cardone, Sabri Subi, even Alex Hormozi, like true marketing legends, all in my promo folder. I was like the last man standing. It was me, Daniel Thorstall, and Troy Erickson were the 3 survivors. And that happens, by the way, because Gmail tightens its filters during that Black Friday period to try and combat scammers. So I had an idea. I was like, hey, I told all my students in CMB, like, hey, you should try this to get clients. Sign up for a whole bunch of lists. We have some clever Chrome extensions to do that. Otherwise, if you're not in CMB, just scroll through the Facebook ads library and you can just do it that way and just click every ad and opt in that way. You opt in to everyone's list with a swipe email and then kick back, wait to receive emails. Let Gmail do all the sorting and then reach out to everyone landing in promo or spam. Simple. So we tried this as an experiment for a month and it absolutely crushed. People were booking 1 call out of every 10 people they emailed. That is unheard of in cold outreach. It worked so well, in fact, that it's still our #1 client getting strategy today, even during non-Black Friday. I have one guy, Alex, who took this so far that he made over $50,000 just helping people get out of spam and charging $3 to $4K for it. Takes him a couple hours. He never writes any emails. He even moved to a villa in Mykonos. He worked like half a day a week, made his 3K, and then just partied for 6 days a week and became a complete degenerate. But that's another story for another day. But that is a perfect example of an attraction offer. It's one specific thing that makes you some money, but more importantly, opens the door for future potential business because you have now proven yourself. And what often starts as a one-time spam fix often turns into a long-term retainer to manage the client's emails and protect deliverability over time, which is an easy 3K a month retainer. And if this sounds complicated, I assure you, it's really not that hard. You start by diagnosing the problem. Once you identify why their emails are landing in spam, you fix it. That might mean adjusting technical settings like DNS records, rewriting copy that's triggering spam filters, or cleaning up their list to remove some dead weight. The client sees those results quickly. Usually within a week or 2, their emails start landing in the inbox again. The open rates jump from 5% to 25%. And the sales come pouring in. Do you think they're going to want to keep you around after that? No shit, Sherlock. You just 5x their email revenue. And because these are leads they've already paid to acquire, most of those sales are pure profit. Another reason why email is so gangster. That client is going to need new emails written to take advantage of that improved deliverability. They want follow-up sequences, they want their funnel optimized, they want to hire you to do everything, and that sets you up for the next money model, which we'll cover in a second. But if you frame this offer the right way, it becomes an easy yes for your ideal client. You don't need to overcomplicate this. If you want to learn how to implement this exact strategy with outreach scripts, how to book a call, how to close them, and how to actually fix the spam problem, everything you need to pull this off, well, you're in luck. I filmed a free YouTube video breaking it all down. You can click right here to watch it after you're done watching this. Okay, let's focus here. Now, attraction offers are great. They'll make you some money, but I promise if you take nothing else from this video, just changing your front end offer as a copywriter, stop trying to go for retainers right off the bat and lead with an attraction offer like this, you will never struggle to get clients again. As good as attraction offers are, they'll make you some money in the short term, but their main purpose is to simply get you a customer. Attraction offers aren't making anyone rich. That brings us to money model number 2, upsells. How do you turn these first first-time clients into long-term income? How do you upsell them into bigger projects that grow their funnel and your bank account? Let's talk about exactly how to do that. Your acquisition offer got your foot in the door. You helped the client fix their spam issue. Their emails are landing in inboxes again. And the revenue is flowing like a broken fire hydrant. They trust you, see the value you bring. Life is beautiful. Now it is time to apply the second money model that Alex talks about, upsells. If you've ever studied how Alex builds businesses, it's never just about creating the first sale. It's about creating an ecosystem where every customer naturally spends more over time because each offer solves the next problem that they're facing. And the same rule applies to your copywriting services. And here's where most copywriters really fuck up royally. They finish a project, they send the final deliverable, and then they kick back, sit on their ass, and just wait to be handed another project. That is a really good way to stay poor. If you want to make a lot of money as a freelancer, you need to learn to be a problem solver, not an order taker. That means being proactive, putting on your marketing hat, using your brain, actually going through their entire funnel, seeing where those areas of opportunity are that you could help your client make more money. That is the golden fucking question. Write that down. How can I make my clients more money? If you can find ways to do that, they will pay you to help them and you will make more money. It is that simple, okay? And it is a win-win. A lot of people feel icky about offering upsells like, oh, you already paid me, I'm asking for more money. Honestly, dude, you just need to work on your money mindset. You need to reframe that in your head immediately because that mentality is not going to serve you. You're providing the person way more value than what they're paying. You should not feel any remorse whatsoever about trying to upsell your client. Like, dude, McDonald's asking you if you want fries and a drink isn't icky. It just makes logical sense. You're already getting a burger. Why wouldn't you want to turn it into a meal? An upsell is simply offering your client an additional closely related service that enhances what you already did for them. It's not about being pushy or selling them some random shit they don't need. It's about helping them get even better results from the work that they already paid you for. For example, if you just helped a client get their emails out of spam, well, the next logical step is helping them with their actual email sequences. Think about it. Their emails are finally hitting inboxes again, but if their email copy sucks, they're not going to make much money anyway. So they might need a welcome sequence to re-engage their list. They might need a 5 email promo for the next product launch, or maybe they need automated follow-ups for their lead magnet. This is a win-win situation. The client gets better results, you increase your income without chasing new clients, and as any copywriter who's been doing this for more than 5 minutes will tell you, to an existing client is way fucking easier than trying to find new ones. In fact, studies show it costs about 4 times more time and effort and money to win a new client as it does to upsell an existing one. Once a client already trusts you, of course they're going to want to keep coming back to you rather than searching for someone else and rolling the dice on whether they're going to be any good or not. So here are some upsell examples that work like gangbusters for copywriters. First, email sequences. After you fix deliverability or write one email, offer to create the full sequence. If they just launched a lead magnet, suggest a 7-day nurture series to warm those leads up, build a relationship, and make an offer to the hot ones. Second, mini funnel packages. Many business owners don't just need copy, they need their entire funnel to actually convert. Offer to write the thank you page, landing page, follow-up emails, and even ad copy that ties it all together. Clients love this because they don't have to manage 5 different freelancers who all have different ideas about what the messaging should be. You become the go-to person for the entire business. Third, content optimization. If you write blogs, web pages, or sales pages, offer to optimize them for SEO or write supporting social media posts. The content's already there. You're simply helping them get more visibility and results from it. Another great one, writing short form scripts for their Reels, Shorts, and TikToks. If you're a great scriptwriter who understands how to engineer viral scripts, that is a massively valuable skill that can absolutely explode a business. To put things into perspective, I pay my agency $7,000 a month to script and edit my short form videos because they have a proven track record of helping coaches go viral in their niche. And last, my favorite upsell of all, running cash injection promos. This is a 3 to 5 day promo that you run for them selling some sort of low ticket workshop or course between $50 and $200. You do it on a purely commission basis and charge 20% of the front end sales that you make them. So it's a totally risk-free offer for the client. They basically have to do nothing or at the most show up and teach something on Zoom for 2 or 3 hours. Then they can even pitch the high ticket thing on the back end, book calls on the back of it. So they make 5 figures on the front end and another 5 to 6 figures on the back end. That is a really great upsell offer. But here's what most copywriters don't realize. Timing of your upsell matters a lot more than you think. The 2 best and easiest moments to upsell anyone is always, number 1, right at the moment of purchase. They're already throwing money at you. So it's like, fuck, may as well just throw the kitchen sink in there and have you do my content and my ads and my funnels while I'm at it. Honestly, even simply just having 2 options when you're closing someone, like a standard $3K a month package and a premium $5K a month package, will automatically make you more money as because one, some people will just choose a more expensive option, but two, price anchoring the 5K one makes the 3K one seem comparatively more affordable, so you actually increase your close rate of the 3K package. A lot of high-end fashion brands like Hermes actually do this with decoy products to sell more of the main product. Decoy products like $50,000 handbags to sell more of their $10,000 handbags. That's a little bonus tip for you. Take that one to the bank. Now, the second best time to upsell a client is right after you deliver a project that went well. The client just saw your work in action, they're stoked with the results, and their confidence in you is at an all-time high. That is the time to strike. Do not wait. Write this down. When you get a message from a happy client who's like, dude, that email made us 10K, you're amazing, always, always, always ask for one of these three things. Either a testimonial, a referral, or you upsell them. Even better, instead of waiting around for them to randomly message you happy, send them a weekly or monthly report showing how much money you made them, because often your clients don't even know how much money you're making them. And when they finally see the numbers, they're like shocked, so happy. And then boom, hit them with the upsell. Just be mindful to always tie your upsell to a clear benefit. Don't just say, I can write you more copy for X dollars. Explain how it solves the next problem or helps them get even better results overall. It should feel like a logical next step. For example, now that your emails are hitting inboxes again, well, we need to capitalize on those improved open rates with a welcome sequence. This could easily add an extra 5 to 15K a month to your bottom line. By the way, just a side note, I actually ran a report the other day for my internal business, and the number 2 source of new clients over the last 6 years was my welcome email sequence. So having one, kind of important. The thing that I want you to take away from this is that you're not selling more copy, you're selling more profit. When you structure your copywriting offers this way, you stop being seen as a one-off freelancer, you become their trusted advisor that they want to work with long-term. But here's the reality that no one talks about. Not every client is ready to drop $3,000 on someone that they've never worked with before. Maybe you're just starting out and your credibility is about as solid as a 3 ETH investment in the Journey Club NFT, only dropped by 95%. But it'll bounce back, right guys? Maybe they've been burned before by a previous copywriter, very common unfortunately, and maybe they just need to see you can actually deliver results before they hand you over wads of cash. And once again, most copywriters completely get this wrong. They pitch the big package, they hear no, and then they just fuck off onto the next person and try to close them. Smart copywriters recognize that no is just the beginning of the conversation. That is exactly where model number 3 comes in, downsells. Look, when someone says no to your $3,000 core offer, you don't walk away straight away. You offer them something smaller that fits their needs at this time. People like Tony Robbins do this best. They have offers for every price point you can imagine. You can't afford to pay $1 million to work with me one-on-one? Okay, we'll come to my $10,000 seminar. Oh, you can't afford that? Here's my $1,000 course. Oh, you can't afford that? Here's my $10 book. Now, here's exactly how that applies to you as a copywriter. You're on the phone, closing them, you get an objection on price. You're gonna say something along the lines of, hey, I totally get it. We just met and I don't even know if I can help you yet. So instead of jumping straight into a $3K a month retainer that we don't even know will be a good fit, how about we do a 1-week trial for $500? You'll get a taste of my email system. And if you're not happy with the ROI, no problem, we'll part ways as friends. See, as a copywriter, your biggest enemy isn't AI or competition, it's trust. If you're starting out and you don't have any case studies or testimonials yet, clients want to see your work perform before they bet big money on you. That is why offers like trials, commission-only deals, and guarantees are your best friend when you're starting out, because they remove all the risk for the client. A downsell lets them test drive your skills without risking their kid's college fund. Now, most copywriters, when they try and do this, turn into some desperate wreck and start going, please, sir, can I have some scraps? I'll write your whole sales funnel for $50 and I'll throw in a hand job. A real downsell sounds like this. Let's start with a test project that gives you a quick win. Once you see what I can do, then we'll talk about the bigger picture. See the difference? That is how you separate yourself from every other broke copywriter begging for work on job board. And I've got the receipts for this one. One of my students couldn't close anything over $1,000. We flipped his approach. Instead of pitching massive projects to strangers, offered $500 email rewrites as test projects. 3 months later, 2 of those test clients upgraded to monthly retainers worth more than his old day job. The key with this approach is your test project has to solve a complete problem. Offer to write the first part of something, offer one complete thing that they can use immediately and see results. 1 killer email sequence, 1 landing page, create 1 ad that converts. Make it measurable so they can see the impact. And here's where it gets interesting. That small project usually reveals bigger problems. You write 1 email and realize their entire sequence is broken. You fix 1 headline and spot messaging issues everywhere. You're gonna see what you're actually capable of, and more often than not, they'll come back asking what else you can fix. Some of my highest paid students and my highest paying clients started with a few $100 test projects. 1 email becomes a sequence, that sequence becomes a funnel, the funnel becomes a $3,000 monthly retainer. Just like a relationship, it starts off with a couple of drinks at the club, then you guys go home, then you become fuck buddies. Next minute you're married with 3 kids. Like, how do we get here? This is crazy. You didn't walk up to her and ask to marry her first. You started with a low pressure downsell like, hey, let's grab a drink. We laugh, but I see so many freelancers doing outreach, trying to go from 0 to landing that big retainer. That is the exact same thing as walking up to a girl and just asking her to be your girlfriend. A retainer equals ongoing relationship. It is the literal exact same thing as a dating relationship, except you're probably not sleeping with the clients, I hope. Anyway, the bottom line is that downsells aren't just about making quick cash. They're about starting relationships that turn into real money over time. And the difference between these, by the way, and an attraction offer is that downsells are what you keep in your back pocket as a last resort for when a prospect rejects another offer. Now, let me ask you something. What happens after you deliver that killer project? Do you just wave goodbye and start the whole client hunt again? Because if you're doing that, you are leaving like 90% of your income on the table, dude. That is exactly why you need money model. Number 4, continuity offers. Now, if you know Alex Hormozi, you'll know this dude is obsessed with continuity offers. I mean, he did buy school, which is a $99 a month continuity offer. Continuity offers are about keeping the customer for the longest time possible and maximizing how much they spend with you over their lifetime. Continuity, by nature, means something that happens again and again, like a subscription or a membership or a retainer. This is how you get the most cash from each customer. You turn a one-time buyer into a long-term fan who pays you every month or every year. Alex often uses an example of a coffee shop in his videos. People might offer you a coffee club membership for $50 a month where you get 1 free coffee a day. For the customer, it's a great deal because they pay less. But for the coffee shop, it's an even better deal. They get $50 every month from you, whether you come in or not. And most people won't come in, by the way, which is exact business model of companies like Planet Fitness. They sell ultra cheap gym memberships to fat fucks who are never going to go to the gym anyway. The gym is like 95% empty and they sell 5,000 memberships for a 200-person gym. It's a reliable and predictable income. Now here's where it gets interesting for copywriters. Most copywriters are stuck in this feast or famine cycle. They land a project, crush it, they get paid, and then they're back to scrolling job boards again and starting all over from scratch. Meanwhile, smart copywriters lock in monthly retainers and laugh all the way to the bank while everyone else is fighting for scratch. And if you've done everything right up to this point and actually delivered results, this should be really easy. Think about it. After you write that killer email sequence and it starts converting, they're going to need more emails. They're going to want you to optimize their funnel. They'll realize their entire content strategy needs work. Instead of waiting for them to come back with random projects, you package all of that ongoing work into one simple monthly fee. Look, based on what we accomplished with that email, I can see your business needs more ongoing conversion support. Rather than paying me for all these one-time projects, and ultimately cheaper for you, if we just set up a monthly agreement where I handle all your email marketing and short form scripts, it's a discounted package rate of $4K a month, and you get my undivided attention whenever you need it. Boom! That is how you turn a $400 project into a $4,000 monthly retainer. The beauty of this model is that it works for both of you. They get consistent high quality copy from someone who already knows their business inside and out. You get predictable income that lets you actually plan your life instead of consistently hunting for the next gig like some sort of bloodthirsty freelance hyena. Also, bonus, you can put that card on auto bill using Stripe so there's no more chasing down payments like a fucking debt collector. And that right there is why I'm so excited about Alex's new book. These money models aren't just for big businesses. They're the exact frameworks that separate 6- and 7-figure copywriters from everyone else still struggling to make a full-time income. So if you haven't registered for Alex's book yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Look, this isn't just some book launch. This is Alex Hormozi, the guy who built multiple companies worth hundreds of millions of dollars, sharing the exact money models that he has been perfecting for over a decade to crush it in literally every single industry he goes into. The same strategies I just broke down for you in this video. So if you haven't already, click my link in the description right now and register. It is completely free. It takes 5 seconds and you get early access to the book plus exclusive bonuses that no one else gets. Not to mention that special $100 million money models for copywriters training that I am going to be sending everyone who registers with my link, plus everyone who shows up to Alex's live launch. It's free access to something that Alex has been quietly building for 4 years. I can't tell you what it is, but it's worth more than a Bitcoin and less than an NFT. All I'll say is you'll be glad you showed up. I can promise you that. Plus, if we stay in the top 10, we're actually number 5 on the leaderboard right now in the first week, then you get to join us for a private in-person interview with Alex in Vegas, free access to one of the smartest business minds on the planet. Register below now. Let's help each other win this shit. And hey, if you want the full roadmap to go from 0 to 100K a year as a copywriter, I've helped 80 people do it. So I think I'm pretty fucking good at it. Every one of my 6- and 7-figure success stories follow this exact formula, and I break it down right here in this video for free. Click here to watch it now, and I'll see you there. Whew! I got a flight to catch to LA, and I'm running late. I gotta fucking go. See you later. Woo! Mexico, here we come, baby!